Hi, in this video I'll help you get to know your car a little better. At the end of this video I've put together a straightforward infographic that summarizes all the key points. Like, subscribe and comment below. It really helps.
So you've got a Chevrolet, and you're staring at that pesky error code P069E. I know, it's super common and pretty frustrating, but trust me, it's not some big mystery. Today we're going to crack this code wide open and give you a rock-solid plan to deal with it. Let's dive in.
You know the feeling. You're just driving, everything's fine, and then, bam, that little engine symbol lights up on your dash. It's that universal moment of dread, isn't it? Your mind just starts spinning. What's wrong? Is this going to be bad? How much is this about to cost me? Well, if you're here, you've probably already got a pretty good clue what the issue might be.
All right, first things first. Before we can even think about fixing anything, we have to know exactly what we're up against. That warning light, it's just a symptom. Our job right now is to play detective and diagnose the real cause.
And the main suspect in our investigation today is diagnostic trouble code P069E. If you plugged in a code reader and that's what popped up, then you are in exactly the right place. So what on earth does that jumble of letters and numbers actually mean? Let's break it down into plain English, shall we?
Okay, so officially, P069E means Fuel Pump Control Module Requested MIL Illumination. Now what's really interesting here is that this code isn't the main computer screaming that it found a problem. Nope, it's actually telling you that a different, specialized computer, the Fuel Pump Control Module, or FPCM, spotted an issue and basically tattled to the main computer, telling it to turn on the light. And MIL, by the way, just stands for Malfunction Indicator Lamp. It's the fancy technical name for your check engine light.
Think of it like this. The Fuel Pump Control Module is the manager of the fuel department. It's on the ground floor, and it noticed something's wrong. So what does it do? It sends an urgent memo upstairs to the main office, which is the Engine Control Module, or ECM. The main office gets the memo and does what it's told. It rings the big alarm bell for everyone to see. And that alarm bell, that's your check engine light. So the key here is that we need to figure out what that fuel department manager is so worried about.
All right, now that we know who sent the message, let's figure out why they sent it. We're going to walk through the exact same diagnostic steps a pro mechanic would, and we're going to start with the easiest and most common fixes first.
And listen up, because this is absolutely crucial. Before you touch a single tool, before you even think about popping the hood, your very first step should always be to check for Technical Service Bulletins, or TSBs. These are official notices from Chevrolet about known issues. A lot of the time, this error is just a simple software glitch that the manufacturer already has a fix for. Checking this first could save you a ton of time, money, and headache. And get this, there are over 20 different service bulletins related to this one single code. They cover all sorts of things, from simple software updates for the control module to known problems with wiring on certain models. A mechanic can just punch in your car's info and see if one of these applies. It could literally be a 5-minute fix.
Okay, so you've checked for TSBs and no dice. The software is all good. The next logical step is to get physical. A lot of the time, the real problem isn't some complex computer failure. It's something way simpler, like damaged wiring.
This is where you put on your detective hat. You need to get in there and really inspect the wiring harness that leads to the fuel pump control module. Are those connections tight? Do you see any corrosion, any moisture? Are the wires frayed or damaged? Sometimes the fix is as simple as cleaning a dirty connector or fixing a single broken wire. If the wiring looks perfect, our next stop is fuel pressure. I mean, the FPCM's whole job is to manage the fuel pump, right? So if the pressure is too high or way too low, you can bet it's going to send up a red flag. Now, for this, you're going to need a fuel pressure gauge. You'll have to check your vehicle's service manual to see what the correct pressure range is supposed to be. If you test it and it's way outside that range, you've just found a major clue. The issue might not even be the control module. It could be something else in the fuel system that's causing that pressure problem.
And finally, if you've rolled out software glitches, you've rolled out bad wiring, and you've rolled out fuel pressure problems, then, and only then, can you start to suspect the manager itself. It's possible the fuel pump control module is just faulty and is sending a false alarm. But you see how this is our last step, not our first, right?
So we've identified all the potential suspects. Now, let's match each problem with its specific solution. It's pretty satisfying.
See, the solution is a direct response to our investigation. If the cause is software, you follow the bulletin. If you find damaged wiring, you repair or replace it. If the fuel pressure is off, you hunt down the source of that pressure problem and fix it. And only after you've tried everything else do you even think about replacing the FPCM. It's a perfect example of logical troubleshooting.
Okay, let's pull all this information together into one simple, easy-to-remember action plan so you can tackle this code like a pro.
And here it is, your 4-step plan. Number 1, always, always, always check for those service bulletins first. It's the easiest potential fix. Number 2, get your eyes on the wiring and connectors and look for any physical faults. 3, test that fuel pressure and make sure it's where it needs to be. And finally, step 4. If and only if those other steps don't solve it, then you can consider replacing the fuel pump control module.
Look, that P069E code might seem intimidating when it first pops up, but it's really just a message pointing you in the right direction. By following a logical plan, you can turn that dreaded check engine light from a source of anxiety into a totally solvable puzzle. So, now that you're armed with a clear plan, are you ready to go solve the mystery?